Sometimes this is, the only indication that I'm a woman, so.
Just your nails?
Yeah. It's really, last night we were at a pet shop in Jersey City, and fucking Nate was outside barking, so I was helping him bark. And it was so funny because I was like trying to talk to men, and they could not even like register that I was like existing.
Yeah.
It was just like I was like a gnat or a fruit fly.
Well, you weren't talking like this?
I wasn't. My nails weren't done yesterday. So.
That was the problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Today's.
And Allie, I just wanted to thank you again for coming down here to do this.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Putting up with our lateness.
It's so refreshing when other people are late.
Well, is it refreshing when people are late to their own house? Is that really refreshing?
Yeah, I don't mind. I literally, I could have like sat out in my car and been distracted for like, if you were like, we need another 2 hours, I'd be like, sounds good. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, got my nails done.
Yeah. I could sit here and disassociate on my nails forever and ever.
That's cool. All right, I think we can hop into this.
Yes.
Right? We've had her wait long enough.
Yes, I think so. We've done that.
Pop into this. Welcome back to Chakra Poppers. We did it again. We made it.
Yeah.
We are here.
It's more than half the battle.
Goodness gracious, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm so glad we got more than half the battle already won. We need that.
Yes.
Yeah, I am Sidney. I am sitting next to the world champion Ansley.
Hello. And
today our guest is none other than the Allie Mae. What is up?
What's up? If I don't get my chakra popped, I'm going to be pissed.
Oh, no. Yeah, we're no Lisa. We do the job.
Yeah.
We're very thorough here. It'd be funny if we saw her the next day and say, what is up with those chakras? What's wrong with you? Okay, so Allie, do you have some idea what we do on the podcast?
A little bit, but go ahead and run it back. I guess.
Well, if you are unfamiliar, as Allie is, who just said she's a little bit familiar, because she's lying. But if you are unfamiliar, basically the premise of this podcast is to prove that you can have any type of sense of humor and possibly still reach enlightenment. We're not sure on that yet, but we try to make that happen. And what we do is we pop open your chakras from the bottom up, hoping that at the end of it you'll reach enlightenment. But if not, in the meantime, we get to make fun of you.
Yeah, all right.
On the way.
That sounds great.
Right? Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I changed the way I describe it every time, and we're getting closer every time.
Yeah.
a little bit more honest about what we do here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get really vulnerable. We're going to mock you in really vulnerable spots.
I like it.
Yeah. So everybody, Allie gets the same questions. We start off with a nice icebreaker question, and then all the questions are associated with opening up your chakra from the bottom on up. And Ace, get us started.
So, Allie, what situation or event did you learn the most information from?
I don't know. That's really going 0 to 100 here.
We're done with the banter.
I have a little idea what you do here.
What have I learned the most from what situation or event? I don't know. I guess, can it be in retrospect?
Yeah.
Okay. In retrospect, I learned that I actually really should have been paying attention in high school instead of sleeping. And I am trying to take my life more seriously, learn from wasting all of my time then and take my life more seriously now. Is that an answer?
Yeah.
That is an answer.
That's a great answer.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you look back on it now, what are you missing that high school could have taught you? Like what things are you like, I should have paid attention in high school?
Well, I thought that you really had to know what you were doing in order to get by. And I never felt like I knew what I was doing. My parents never sat down and did homework with me or you know what I mean? So I really passed every grade by the skin of my teeth and also a lot of sympathy. And, but and I was I don't know. you don't actually have to know what you're doing at all. And in fact, I have many friends who make a lot of fucking money and they have no idea how to describe what it is they do. And I'm like, damn, I should have just had a little bit more confidence in high school instead of like surrendering and being like, I don't know what this is, you know?
Nope. You know what? In high school, it's like either or. It's like they praise the good students, they chastise the bad students, and they don't let you know that the ones that are just getting by, they're the ones.
They're the ones that are going to be with the 401k and the house with the driveway and
the driveway.
Yeah. They will have running water.
That's good.
Did you go into high school like from day one, were you just kind of like, it's not going to go well? Or did you like start
all of
strong?
School, no, never start. I had never started strong in any grade. Like I was in those like, I was in those weird little trailers, like for people that just like aren't learning. Do you know, did you guys have those where you grew up?
Yeah. You were in special ed, Allie?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit of special ed. Not the whole day, just certain parts of the day. And I for reading. And then I also took like the same math class. I swear to God, I took the same math class from like 8th grade to 12th grade. And then any attempt I made at like community college, they were like, you gotta take this class again. I'm like, dude, I've been taking this class since I was 12. You gotta get me out of here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I always felt more bad for the people that were part-time special ed.
Yeah.
Because they knew what they were going. They knew what they were leaving and going back to.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
It sucked.
And then in my other classes, I would be like, how can you possibly expect me to be anything in here? I already know what I am. You know what I mean? But I wasn't that. But I was.
Wait, did you have imposter syndrome in both?
Yeah. I didn't feel smart enough to just be with regular kids, and I didn't feel retarded enough to fit in with the with the other. Am I in trouble for saying the
No,
other?
not at all. Yeah, it's your soul.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want.
It's damned.
Yeah. The way our school was set up, we had sections, and there was section 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 1 through 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, right?
So you had 3 schools or 3 sections.
No. So it was 2 sections, and in one section it was 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Those are all. Those section 1 had those groups in it.
Gotcha.
Section 2 had 5, 6, 7, 8.
Cool.
So the way that it worked in section 1 was the straight A students class, the honors classes, and in section 2, 5 was the top group.
Okay.
My sister was always in like 4 or 8, which is like right before special ed.
Okay.
And I went to one of her classes one day just to like hang out for a second, and it was fucking Beirut. It was a third world country. Yeah. I could not believe the stuff they were doing in that class.
Yeah.
Like nobody was sitting in a seat for learning.
No.
People were like sitting on the windowsill.
Yeah.
I think somebody was sitting on the teacher's desk.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It was insane.
Big time.
Yeah.
My teacher would always like use me as an example in the class and be like, well, Allie, you're just going to have to marry rich, because I was just not getting any of the concepts. I actually then went on to community college.
Rich was a dude in their special ed class.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know what? So I went to 2 different high schools, and when I went to the second high school, I like really was like basically like mute. I like didn't really talk at first. Mm-hmm. And then the thing that cracked me open was being in I did a play where I had not really spoken to anyone, and I did a Russian accent, and then everyone was like, "Oh, that Russian girl," and I was like, "I'm actually, I'm actually not Russian." But the thing that like cracked me open talking to like students or anything like that was this football player in my basic skills math class. Like he like called me a wildebeest. And I just like turned around and just like completely disassembled him, like top to bottom. My whole class was like, yo. And like some sassy gay dude came up to me afterwards and was like, that was amazing. We are best friends. And I was like, okay, sounds good. So,
Wait, you went black on him?
You could say I went black on him.
You roasted him, right?
Yeah.
No, look at this motherfucker's shoes. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
But then he respected me, and then we actually like, we kind of like not friends, but
Yeah.
changed the dynamic.
You wild out on him.
I really did. I really did.
All right. So if you had to distill what it is that you learned from, again, we're in retrospect, like how would you sum up what it is that you took from that experience?
I mean, I don't really think I learned anything from it necessarily because I still do it. Because sometimes I still I clam up, a little bit. But I guess it would be to just like take it easier a little bit, be a little bit more comfortable in your skin and not like, I don't know. I guess, right? I wasn't like cool with myself kind of, and I was like very, very shy. And then like something broke me open and I was like, oh, I can talk.
Okay. All right. Well, if we're ever in the same place and you feel shy, you can fucking call me out and just go at me, and I'll just take it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny though because I can't just like roast people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At all. I really can't do it at all. I have to have a certain button pushed. Do you know what I mean? It's wouldn't even necessarily be enough for you to like be acting like a little like piece of shit to me or something like that. But it would have to be like a certain nerve pushed.
Yeah.
In order for me to like really like clap back kind of. Do you know what I mean?
I wonder what did wildebeest push for you? Did you know what a wildebeest was when he said it?
I didn't, but I got the impression, that he was calling me ugly or, disgusting or something. And I was right. That's what he was doing.
Okay. Word.
Yeah, word. But, to his credit, I really wasn't brushing my hair at the time. I kind of I pretty much dressed like a man, or a guy all the time. And then every once in a while I would come to school dressed like a prostitute. So
Okay.
it's just
like a Russian prostitute.
People would not know what to do with you, huh?
Kind of just one way or the other and nothing in between,
Yeah. That's funny because it was like, you wildebeest. Okay, you got a point, however.
Yeah.
All right. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for sharing that, Allie. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And now we are going to pop open these chakras from the bottom chakra up. I have to let people know the bottom chakra is located in and around the butthole.
Whoa. Well, I am ready to go.
That's consent. All right, Ace, take it away.
So, Allie, how did you learn to overcome fear?
How did I learn to overcome fear? Honestly, I guess really through pain, I guess kind of. By looking my most painful things, right in the face, sort of. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Could you give us an example of that?
I think a pretty good example is
My face. I'm looking at your painful face right now.
No, never. But I dated a guy that I was so in love with, and I just loved him so much. And we broke up, and that was the most painful shit on earth. But we also lived together. That's a guy I was telling you before. I lived in a trailer park with this guy, and we continued living together. And my biggest fear really was him moving on, kind of. And I did end up kind of just looking that in the face, sort of, because then he did move on. He started dating this dumb little fucking idiot from the Bonefish Grill that he worked at, and she would be on my couch. I would come home and they'd be cuddled up on the couch watching TV, and it would fucking kill me at first. But then I kind of just force myself, immerse myself in it, sort of. So I would sit down and watch TV with them. So they'd be
middle spoon.
yeah, they'd be watching Game of Thrones, and I would sit down and just like be like, "Is that Peter Dinklage?" Damn, life was crazy back in the day, you know.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, and then it kind of just like I completely numbed myself to any of that, and it's just like, yeah, I'd come home, they'd be fucking banging in the front room, and it's like, well, you know, home, I'm home.
Yeah, that's wild. How long did you live with him while he was in a relationship?
Well, we lived together for a year after the breakup, and then I moved out. But then I quickly had to move back in because my apartment building was determined to be demolished.
Okay.
So then I moved back in with him, and I lived with him for a long time.
And he was still with the other girl the whole time?
There was a girl in between, and then there was that girl. And and then, you know, but I came home one day and I was on the phone with then I started dating someone.
Take that.
Yeah. We can both get fucked.
Yeah.
I started dating someone, and I was on the phone with him and in my room, and someone knocked on my door, so I thought it was him. But it was her, and she was crying, and he had gone to jail. So, yeah. That's the way we kind of like stopped living together is...
See, if you would have really learned anything from Game of Thrones, you would have been the reason he went to jail.
Really?
Yeah, because you would have got close to their relationship and slowly tore them apart.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish I could take credit for that, but yeah, I wish I could take credit for that.
Okay. Say no more. Say no more. So I asked you this, Allie, can you remember a time in your life when you were the most scared?
The most scared. I can't remember it. I really don't know. I can't think of it, honestly.
Do you not scare easy?
I think I immediately start disassociating. Like when it comes to like getting like scared, I just immediately am like, is this really happening? Like and then I'm like kind of just separate myself from, if that makes any sense.
It does. Does that sound familiar to you? Do you separate yourself from things that are overwhelming?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a way to cope with things. I think when you're like, well, I can't change this situation, you know, like I'm in it. You're like, okay.
Yeah, I remember one time when the twins were still kind of infants, and I dropped them both, and I was just like, I couldn't. First of all, I couldn't believe that I dropped them both.
Oh no!
And then they were both crying. Nothing was going right, and I stood up and I walked out back for a little bit.
Yeah,
I was just like, this can't. I'll go back in. Everything's gonna be different. And I went back in, and our son was like, you know, like talking to them both, and they were like both like kind of like laying down, laughing and smiling at them.
Aww.
And it was just like, all right,
wow.
you did it. Yeah.
The girls are the twins.
Mm-hmm.
I am not perceptive because I didn't pick that up at all. And I feel like I've met and spoke to all three of your kids.
Wait, you didn't pick up that they were twins or girls?
Twins.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. She said she wasn't perceptive. I didn't know how far it was.
Listen, I'm not going to gender your kids, all right? Not in 2023.
I mean, you're not going to have us show up late and then gender our kids.
You know what? I'm going to gender them because you were late. Yeah, take that.
Yeah. So that you contextualize it that way, can you remember a time when you like the last time you were like, this is not happening, or you know, a time that sticks out to you?
A time that, well, I will say actually, it did just occur to me. I do get really, 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 really scared when cops are behind me. Like when I'm driving and cops are behind me, I get so fucking scared. That is one thing that I should have mentioned that because I was thinking, because I was, you know, when you're talking about being scared, you're like, well, how do you mean, like what kind of scared? But does that count?
Yeah.
I get like my heart feels like it's like, I don't even know, getting like white, if that makes any sense. Like, just like the color is draining from, like, I don't know how to explain it. I get so fucking nervous.
I've never heard fear described that way. But
your
now
heart
that
getting white?
Yeah.
I know, me neither, but I'm like,
feeling.
yes. I know
I know that exact
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, my heart's been white before. I mean, like light skin, black.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's a wild. I like that.
I do
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. All right. We'll consider that a chakra pop. That's
Yes.
a fear chakra pop.
Yes.
You gave
Yeah.
us a new terminology, white heart.
Yeah.
White heart.
White heart.
Yeah. I'm feeling a little lighthearted right now. All right. Ace, keep it moving.
All right, so we're to the pelvis chakra. So, Allie, this is a segment we like to call My Bad. It's an opportunity for you to apologize to a person, place, or thing in order to set your karma back to neutral.
Oh, fuck.
Wow, we just got done doing Allie's Patreon episode, and wow, it woke me up. It woke me up. Allie, did you have fun?
I had so much fun.
Oh, you were such a blast.
Thank you.
Yeah, very fortunate to have you on here. And that's $1 gets you all of our exclusive content, which not only includes the counter to the podcast you're watching right now, which we call Chakra Poppers After Dark, where we enlighten Allie's shadow self, but we also do some fight commentary and analysis on Ansley's Jiu Jitsu matches. $1, all of our exclusive content. And check us out on Rockfin. If you're on Rockfin, check us out. Get our premium content on Rockfin as well. If you're not on Rockfin, but you've been looking for a podcast network to join Rockfin. Join it through our page, and we somehow get credit for that. I don't know things. But it does benefit us.
Do it then.
And also, be sure to check out one of Allie's 2 cool live stand-up shows. One, Asbury Park, New Jersey. Very fancy. Power Bottom, that's that show. The other show is at the stand, and it's called The Drip. Is it Drip or just The Drip?
Drip.
Drip.
Yeah.
I had those to things where they
do.
don't belong.
Yeah.
That's my black thing that I do. I don't pluralize things, I the things. Yeah. And other than that, you guys are going to keep watching, and you're about to find out who or what Allie has to apologize to.
Okay, I do have one. I hope this is not great.
Okay.
Okay.
We're not here to judge you.
Okay.
No.
I hope that none of the involved parties are watching.
I hope all of them are.
I was in a setting where someone asked to make out with me, and I was super drunk, and I was like, no, because you're married. And then they kind of, like answered back and said, oh, come on, whatever. And then, and that they're married. Yes, that's it. They're married. And then they did it anyway. And I did kiss back.
So who's the apology to? The wife? The wife.
Yeah.
For
but
being
my
married to a douchebag?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
I mean, he's a lovely gentleman, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, although I feel like if you're married and you're out there making out with people outside of the relationship, you should only be allowed to ask a person once. And if they say no, you got to move to the next person. You should be forced to find the person that will make out with you.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be sitting down trying to convince a person to make out with you.
Well, yeah, but I will say it is someone I've known forever and ever and ever, and it is someone that I've like thought about making out with, but haven't thought about it in a lot. I'm not like a scumbag, you know what I mean? If someone's in a relationship, that's a wrap for me,
Yeah.
If I ever like crush on someone, I find out they have a boyfriend or they have a girlfriend or whatever, I'm like, well, moving right along,
Fair.
Yeah. So I do feel pretty bad about it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, I just like I'm partial to how makeouts happen.
Yeah.
Big fan. How did he plant one on you?
I kind of was like super wasted, so it kind of just like happened, Does that make any sense? You ever just be so drunk and you're like, am I really standing here right now?
I don't know. Have you been? I know you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really drink.
Oh, you
Yeah.
don't drink. So yeah, it's like someone could be charging up to me if I'm like super drunk. So I have different speeds of being drunk, you know what I mean? But in this particular speed that I was in, someone could have been charging up to me with a knife, and I would have just been standing there like this, like, you know?
Yeah.
So I kind of was just like standing there, and he kind of just did it, you know?
All right. He mouth knifed you.
Yeah.
He got
I
you.
got mouth knifed.
He got you.
Oh, wait, now I regret saying that happened.
Because of the mouth knife thing? I apologize.
No, not mouth knife, but now it's like, am I a scumbag? I kind of, well, you live, you learn, you laugh, you love.
Yeah,
I mean, but you're not the married one.
that's what I was
I'm
going to say.
not.
And
Yeah.
you did say no,
You
and
did.
he pressed the issue.
He did.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then what were you supposed to do? Not make out with him?
I know.
That's insane.
I'm just one man. No. I can only do so much.
That's a good, and that apology you said goes out to
The woman.
the woman. So if you're out there and you think that you have a guy that could have possibly made out,
Mouth knifed people. Your man is out there mouth knifing.
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry. It's a cold world. And cold world, no blanket.
Yes. It's a cold world and no blanket.
I don't know where I got that from. I thought that was an expression. No.
Dude,
I like your expressions.
Yeah. I'm like, so far, so good. We got the white heart. We got the cold world, no blanket.
Yeah.
All right. That's another chakra popped. Ace, keep it moving.
All right.
And by the way, good job for keeping it very discreet.
Okay.
I thought that was pretty good.
I tried to keep it discreet.
Yeah.
I tried not to describe where we were.
I almost asked you because I think that's part and parcel with how the makeout happened.
Yeah.
Like the
He used the location as
see what I'm
trying.
saying? I knew he did.
Yeah, he was like, but I've
Found a good
never,
corner,
Yeah.
like
but I've never made out with someone here.
Yeah.
You know.
Gotcha. He swung in.
Yeah.
All right. I like it.
Yeah.
all right, we are to the
Wait,
gut.
were you both picturing when I said swing in, he was kind of like a pirate?
I pictured Spider-Man.
Okay, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But I had a pirate with a knife in his mouth. That's
Very
yeah.
interesting.
He was
I
mouth,
was like
he was
in
mouth knifing.
a gym, and they were just on a rope, and I was like, this makes no sense.
Goodness gracious. Can you please get out of the gym for a second? Good Lord. All
I
right.
was like, you're gonna knock her over.
Yeah, when did they train jujitsu? Was it at before or after? All right, chakra pop, Ace, move on.
All right, we're to the gut chakra. So, how do you move past disappointment, either in yourself or in loved ones?
How do I move past it? It's really hard for me to get past the disappointment of loved ones. I have some pretty big, haven't seen my mom in like 7 years. That's really hard. Like my family disappointments are almost impossible to move past. But humor is one way. I make a lot of incest jokes.
And my mom hasn't spoken to me in 7 years for some reason.
But it's like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like just making them really not family in my mind. Like, you know what I mean? Like, It's like kind of detaching. It does not make any sense. It's like if me and my mom were actually close and I was like making jokes about having sex with
I
her.
swear I thought you were going to say if I was making out with her.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. She really does this. Okay.
I was sucking off my mom's tits.
But if you and your mom were really close.
If we were really close, I don't know if I would make those jokes. I don't know. Although I guess me, my brother, my sister, we always made them. But I don't know. We have a problem with closeness in my family. It's not very close. So I don't know what that is.
So
but
you make jokes about getting too close?
yeah, I'm craving closeness. What don't you understand?
Yeah, she didn't kiss that girl's husband. She just wanted skin-to-skin contact. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Or drinking a lot is like, if I get bummed about I kind of bombed it the other day, Sunday, I kind of bombed and I was like, well, I guess I'll just get really drunk on Monday. I got really drunk on Monday, got really drunk on Tuesday, and now I feel like I'm over it.
Yeah. I saw you. I watched your set. You didn't bomb.
A big old bomb.
What? No, see, we were at the Philly Comedy Festival. You did a showcase that was at the end of a long day, and there was room chatter, but there were also a lot of people watching and laughing. But as a comedian, you can't not focus on the room chatter.
No.
That was.
I'm very hard of hearing. And so like during the roast battle, I could not hear any of those jokes.
Okay.
I could hear maybe 5% of what was happening. It was like the first time in my life where I ever sat there and I was just like, I need hearing aids.
Yeah.
But then I turned to, I can't think of her name. I feel like an idiot. I should know it, but
Sonia?
What?
Sonia?
No.
A Philly comic? Or not?
Kim Congdon.
Oh, okay.
I turned to Kim and I was like, can you hear what's happening? And she was like, not really.
Okay.
Kind of, not really. But so, yeah. So that I'm not good at roasting. So I wasn't like, exceptional at that to begin with.
Yeah.
Especially then like not knowing any of the people. I feel bad saying that because I feel like I do maybe know some of the people, but I have wet brains. So it takes me a lot of like meets to like register whoever,
Yeah, that's totally fair. That's
Yeah.
totally fair. Now, I always like to ask this question in this section. So was there a time when you did like a sport or maybe a performance art where there was a disappointment that still lingers in your mind?
It wasn't really sporty. Although I guess, I did have some disappointment about Little League. Does that count?
Yeah, let's hear it. What happened?
Okay, well, because I played baseball, and it was just me and like one other girl in the league, and then but one time we were playing this game, and this guy came up to me beforehand, and he goes, "I'm the best pitcher." This is so ridiculous when you think about like how young we were. Like I think I was like 10 or 12. I can't remember. But he was like, I'm the best pitcher in the league, and when you come up, I'm going to hit you with the ball. Because he didn't want to play me because I was a girl. So I was like, yeah, whatever. And then I got up there, and he did. He pitched the ball at me. Yeah. It hit me in the ribs. And so I actually, like, fractured a rib or broke a rib.
Wow.
Yeah. And then they didn't want me to play anymore, but I still wanted to keep playing. So then they were like, well, to make it less desirable to me, they were like, well, you have to wear like a protective vest. Like not a bulletproof vest, but does that make sense? Like,
A softball-proof vest.
Some kind of vest. It was baseball, not softball.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. But some kind of vest like that. And then I was like, yeah, I'll wear the vest. And then when they saw that like did not deter me from wanting to play, they were like, now you have to wear a cup too. And I was like, I'll wear that cup. And I did.
Yeah.
And then eventually my parents were like, you just can't do it. And I was like, okay. So, I mean, I was bummed about it because, when you're a kid, you're like a delusional dreamer and you're like, one day I'll play for the Yankees. By the way, I was terrible at baseball.
Yeah.
But I still was like, one day I'll play for the Yankees.
I mean, you were so terrible, they made you dress like a hockey goalie.
Yeah.
Baseball game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put a flak jacket on her, put a cup on her.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. That's a fun one.
Yeah, that's
All
awesome.
right. We'll call that a disappointment chakra popped.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
gut chakra popped. Ace,
I was
keep it-
disappointed.
Yeah. Ace, keep it moving.
All right, we're to the heart chakra. So what have you learned from grief?
I don't know. Sometimes when people die, I don't really feel like they're actually dead. If that makes any sense. I go through an extreme, like, crying. But it's like sometimes I don't feel like the person is actually, like I lost like a really good friend of mine on Thanksgiving. And I oscillate back and forth between thinking that she's dead, but like also not processing that she's dead. Like really feeling like I could see this person, I could talk to this person on the phone, I can like, I don't know how to explain it, but so I have like a weird thing with that, but I grieve living people really, really hard, and that never it never goes away.
You mean like relationships that have ended type of thing, or just like
No,
you
like
feel so
like my
bad
mom, for
gotcha.
example. I think like I still send her text message, Christmas, Mother's Day, her birthday, It doesn't make any sense because nothing happened between us. So I will never understand. It would almost be like if like, you know, if someone in your family just dropped dead one day but the doctors could never tell you why, you'd be like, but there has to be a reason, like why, you know? So it's like, I don't understand what happened, but my mom just has nothing to do with any of her kids. So.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like done with all of you guys at the same time?
No, it was stages. It was my sister first. And when it was my sister, I felt like I understood it.
Yeah.
And then it was my brother, but, you know, he kind of like, he goes off the radar. He just disappears for, you know, long periods of time. And he's also, you know, a lot. And then, but so I kind of understood when it was my brother. And then when it was me, I was like, oh. Was none of that normal? Was it? It's probably just not normal for parents to be like, I'm done with you.
Yeah, I wonder, I mean, that must feel somewhat freeing as, I mean.
Well, because the amount of worry you put into a child, is that where you're coming from?
Yeah.
Like,
'cause it's like, oh, I don't have to, if I don't, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Right? If I don't see them, I can't know that I can't know that they're doing bad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, what is she doing? Is she like riding Harleys or like, what is she doing?
She lives in Pennsylvania. And I did find her like secret Facebook where she posts some very interesting things. She thinks that Ellen DeGeneres has an Illuminati plan for total global enslavement. If you could picture Ellen DeGeneres cracking a whip upon us, that's what my mom thinks is.
I mostly
Sidney?
do. Imagine Ellen DeGeneres cracking a whip upon us. I'm going to find your mom's secret Facebook page. I'm going to friend her. And we're going to start a group together.
Yeah. Well, I just got blocked from it recently because I made the mistake of being too curious and looking at her story, her Facebook story, and you can see who looks at your Facebook story. So she was like, oh, fuck. Like, she didn't know that I knew about this. She changed her name on there. But I had found it by like deep creeping on my own inbox to actually try to find a message from a dead person.
Oh.
And then I was like, I saw something and I said, Ma. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I go, who's this? And I clicked on it and it was her. So I just got...
It's very interesting.
Yeah. Sorry, did that bring the mood down?
No, not at all.
No.
We asked the question.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's very, I mean, well, Chakra popped, first of all. Thank you for sharing that.
Of course.
And it would probably make things a little easier if you just told me your mom's name so I can find her. I gotta find this lady.
You gotta
she
find
sounds like my soulmate.
Yeah.
No kids, conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. She's just like, she's so far gone. She's like,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. She probably got a lot better at sex now that she's crazy. Right?
Please don't disparage my lady like that. Thank you very much. Yeah, well, Chakra popped. Ace, keep it moving.
All right, we are to the throat chakra. So, what's a favorite lie you tell or have told, and extra karma or extra points if it's still in rotation?
A lie that I've told. Fuck. A lie. Oh, I mean, okay, well now this kind of though makes it seem like there is but we used to, my brother started it really, but I would back him up, but my brother used to tell people that my mom was a disabled war veteran and that she had no legs and that sometimes she would be like drunk in the dumpster and we'd have to pull her out.
Was this before she disowned you all?
Yeah, this is like when we were. Hold on, no, now it seems like my mom had a reason.
She did the right thing.
Come on.
Wow.
Why was she in the dumpster? dumpster? Like, how did she get in the dumpster?
I don't
With
know.
no legs?
Yeah.
How drunk was she? Good God.
I don't know. I was for some reason just so like easily persuaded by anything my brother like said. Like
Yeah.
anything he said, I was like right there like backing him up. And then anything I said, my sister was backing me up. So, you know.
Sounds like good family fun.
It does. That is a alcoholic war veteran with no legs who is often drunk in a dumpster. Wow.
Yeah. Well,
Wow. It's hard to shake one of those rumors. What are you doing with legs? Oh my God. All right. I don't have any follow-ups
That's
for
a
that.
fun lie.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's bam.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
That's
not sure if I'm doing this right, but
I think you are.
okay.
I think you are. That's a chakra popped.
Okay.
We did it.
Cool.
That's crazy. All right, Ace, keep it moving.
All right, we are to the third eye. So we're out of the physical into the metaphysical. So what is something that you've always thought of as separate, but as you've grown older, you've learned that these two things are really the same?
Separate but the same. Separate but the same. I guess honestly, what is this? Is this it? Like I used to think that you had to be like really smart to make a lot of money, but as I am now an adult, I recognize that some of the dumbest fucking people in the world are super loaded. Like, you know, especially like as I bartend and I see like, you know, I bartend in Williamsburg and there's a lot of cool people that come in. There's also like some douchebags, you know, their rich parents like got them like a $4,000 a month apartment or some shit, you know, and they like they're not even like wasted, but they just can't even add like simple math on the tip. And it's like, they have so much money, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, or like, you know, I don't know.
Well, you just gotta want money.
What's that?
You just gotta want money
Yeah.
more than you care about like morals, ethics, the way people see you.
Doing anything correctly,
Yeah.
knowing what you're talking about. It has to be money it has to be the only thing you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Visualize money, you will get money.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you visualizing, Allie?
It must not be good. I don't know what I've been visualizing, but I will say that, you know, I have a friend that's like, you know, she's a very successful comedian, and she is on that train, you know.
The money train?
She's on the manifestation train.
Gotcha.
So she started like trying to like get me into it, and I was getting into it for like a hot minute, and I was just like all of a sudden for a little while, like, you know, I was like getting things that I wanted, you know, like I would like think about even like this. I did a show like a week ago. I always wanted to do this show. I went to it like a couple years ago, or when I first started doing comedy, and I was like, this show is so cool. I want to do it so bad. And then but I always thought like, I'm not good enough or I'm not cool enough to do that show. And then they asked me to do it. But I had been in my heavy, like I was meditating, like I was, you know, and manifesting and basically just saying like, you know, you're good. You got it just like anybody else does, you know, like, and then I got that, you know, and it was cool. I've fallen off of it in the last like 2 months. And I do feel like I notice a difference when I'm meditating and manifesting or not. But I got to start thinking about money more.
Okay.
Because I am fucking broke.
So why? Well, so 2 months you said it's been since you've manifested?
It's, like every day. Sometimes I'll like try to do it for like a couple minutes, but it's really like best when you do it like every day. Just sit alone, think, you know, do you guys ever, I feel like you definitely have to, right?
I've done it before.
Yeah. I feel like you definitely do it, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. I manifested that. I was like, please skip me.
You do it, right?
Yeah, I do it as much as I can, but I'm not as consistent as I should be. Like you said, I don't do it every day.
Yeah. Would this be correct in assuming this? You seem like you have like good inner peace.
I try to.
Yeah.
I like
she's
things.
with me.
Yeah. She's doing the best she can.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you might have good inner peace, but the outer peace.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, I manifest chaos. Let's
Yes.
go.
Yeah, I think I do accidentally manifest some chaos.
I think you need some chaos in your life.
I think I manifest too much chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to start manifesting some other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't know what. But
Well, were you raised in chaos?
yeah.
Because people who were raised in chaos, and I also was, it's like that's what you on the very like subconscious level, you feel like life is chaotic. It just is. It's not something that we're choosing. It just is, and it's strange if it's not. You know what I mean? Do you ever look at someone who has like? I mean, now I look at people who have inner peace, and I'm like, all right, how the fuck are they doing this? You know, but like. You know, my whole life, really, up until like kind of recently, you know, you look at someone who's like Zen, and you're like, they're a little strange. You know, they're like not really rooted in reality.
I look at them and I'm like, I bet I could ruin their life. Give me like 3 days.
Yeah.
3 steady days of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, I am that way. I'm very. Chaos makes more sense to me. So when things are not chaotic, I'm like, what is wrong?
Yeah. Sometimes when things are going too well, I'm like, okay, what's the thing that's going to be fucked up though? Because something bad is coming. Something crazy is coming.
I'm impatient, man. I'll just fuck it up.
Yeah.
I don't got time to wait. I don't like to be surprised. I'm not patient enough to wait and find out what the thing is going to be. It'll just be me.
Yeah.
And then we'll pick up from there. Is that
Yeah.
Does that sound right to you, Ansley?
Does that sound like you? Yes.
Yeah. Does that
Yeah.
sound, yeah. Hell yeah. So now you know about us. Yeah. Yeah. All right. And that's third eye chakra. I think that's third eye chakra pop. That was a very good answer.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. And Ace, keep it moving.
All right, we are to the crown chakra. We did it. So it's a 2-part question. So Allie, what's one thing you can't give up and why? And what would giving it up mean?
Alcohol. I really struggle. I really struggle to give it up. And I mean, giving it up would probably be like a really great thing for my life, you know. But I don't know. I try so hard. Like I'll begin a day. I'll wake up and I'll say I am not gonna drink today. And I'm drinking. You know what I mean? I'm not like fall down. Although sometimes like I bartend, so I blacked out a couple weeks at work. You know what I mean? I came out of my blackout and I was doing dishes and I was like, oh, this works. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. But then someone that was at the bar messaged me the next day and was like, you were a lot of fun last night. And I was like, no, I took my clothes off.
Okay.
So it's like, but I hate that, like, you know, I black out a lot. And I don't know. It's like a thing that started a couple years ago. I think it's like a desperate desire to just not have any thoughts, to just completely unplug my mind and separate from, you know. So I don't know. But I hate not knowing what I did the night before.
Yeah.
And not being in control, and, you know, people being mad at you, or you find out you fucking, I don't know, did something
Kiss
really.
someone's husband.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we did it.
Yes.
Yeah. Allie, how do you feel?
I feel pretty good.
Good.
Yeah.
It worked.
At least today.
Yeah, I do feel pretty good. To say these things, not in a therapist's office, so, you know, because like the therapist will be like, it's okay, you know, but to say it, and I guess in front of 2 people and be like, you know, I'm kind of a piece of shit. I guess, yeah, I feel a little lighter.
All right. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool. And hey, do you have time to stick around for the Patreon?
I sure do.
Hell yeah. So we're going to do that. And I just want to remind you guys that our Patreon is $1, gets you all of our exclusive content, which not only includes the counter to the podcast you're watching right now, which we call Chakra Poppers After Dark, But we also do some fight commentary and analysis on Ansley's Jiu Jitsu matches. And we'll do some other stuff on the Patreon, too. It's coming.
It's coming.
Also, we're on Rockfin now, the podcast. You can get all of our exclusive content on Rockfin when you subscribe. When you get all the premium content for everybody else, you get ours, too. So that's fun. So if you're on Rockfin, check out our stuff. Also, Allie, you do a couple stand-up shows, right?
I do,
So
yes.
what are those?
In Asbury Park, New Jersey, I have a monthly show called Power Bottom. It's a really great showcase, and we give away a lot of cool stuff from NJ Skate Shop, Mutiny Barbecue, the Green Room, and some other places. We also give away $69 cash at every show. Yeah, and then
It's a fun show, by the way.
it is a fun show. You got to come back and do it again.
I'd love to.
And and then I do a show at the stand with Gardini called Drip. And that's a lot of fun, too. But we're not giving you shit.
Take that, suckers.
Yeah.
Also a very fun show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to
And
come back and do that one.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
All right. So check out Allie's stuff. Check her out on all of her social medias. And thank you guys for watching or listening. We love you guys, and we are out.
See ya.